was the big election result day for Haryana today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed the voters of Haryana as well as Jammu and Kashmir for voting in huge numbers for the Saffron Party. PM Modi, while hailing the historic mandate, said that truth has triumphed in the land of Gita. He has also added that Vikas has won over lies in Haryana. PM Modi, in fact, attacked the Congress party and accused the grand old party of dividing the nation. He said the Congress is a parasite to the India bloc and that public has rejected the anti-national policies of the Congress. The Prime Minister also asserted that while his BJP government has been given a second chance in several states, many states, on the other hand, have put a no-entry board for the Congress party, refusing to trust it twice.
कांग्रेस आज पूरी तरह परजीवी पार्टी बन गई है। यहां हरियाणा में कांग्रेस परजीवी बनकर किसी के साथ नहीं थी, अकेली थी, तो उसे करारी हार मिली। जम्मू कश्मीर में उसकी सहयोगी पार्टी डर के मारे पहले से कई कह रही थी कि कांग्रेस की वजह से उसे नुकसान हो रहा है और आज के नतीजों में भी वही दिखा है। देश में कितने ही राज्य हैं जहां कांग्रेस कभी 60 साल पहले वहां थी, कहीं पर 50 साल पहले थी, कहीं पर 40 साल पहले थी, 50-60 साल से वो सत्ता में आई ही नहीं है। एक बार लोगों ने निकाल दिया, कांग्रेस को घुसने नहीं दिया है। देश के ज्यादातर राज्य के लोगों ने कांग्रेस के लिए नो एंट्री का बोर्ड लगा दिया है। पहले कांग्रेस सोचती थी कि वो चाहे काम करे या न करे, लोग तो उसको वोट देंगे ही, लेकिन अब कांग्रेस की पोल खुल चुकी है, उसका डिब्बा गोल हो चुका है। साथियों, कांग्रेस सत्ता को अपना जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार मानती है। सरकार में ना रहने पर कांग्रेस की हालत जल बिन मछली जैसी हो जाती है। इसलिए वो सरकार में आने के बाद देश को, समाज को भी दांव पर लगाने से नहीं हिचकती।
The Haryana Assembly election has thrown in a seismic surprise, a result not a single exit poll had predicted. The BJP, which was projected by pollsters to not even reach the 30-figure mark, is on course for a hat-trick of wins in Haryana. The Saffron Party is not only going to remain in power for another 5 years, they're also on course to better their best-ever tally of 47. Naib Singh Saini is set to get a second term, with the BJP confirming that he will continue as the Chief Minister of Haryana. The top brass of the Bharatiya Janata Party, including the Prime Minister, have congratulated Saini for his and the party's feat.
जहां दूध दही का खाना, वैसा है अपना हरियाणा। हरियाणा के लोगों ने फिर कमाल कर दिया है और कमल कमल कर दिया है। हरियाणा में तीसरी बार लगातार कमल खिला है। गीता की धरती पर सत्य की जीत हुई है। गीता की धरती पर विकास की जीत हुई है। गीता की धरती पर सुशासन की जीत हुई है। हर जाति, हर वर्ग के लोगों ने हमें वोट दिया है। हरियाणा की ये जीत अतिशय नम्र विनम्र ऐसे हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जी के कर्तव्यों की भी जीत है। साथियों, आज हरियाणा में झूठ की गुट्टी पर विकास की गारंटी भारी पड़ी है। हरियाणा की जनता ने नया इतिहास रच दिया है। पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है जब 2 कार्यकाल, पूरे 5-5 साल के 2 कार्यकाल पूरा करने वाली किसी सरकार को हरियाणा में फिर से मौका मिला हो, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी को तीसरी बार मौका मिला है। यहां के लोगों ने सिर्फ तीसरी बार हमारी सरकार नहीं बनाई, बल्कि हमें सीटें भी ज्यादा दी हैं और वोट शेयर भी ज्यादा दिया है। ऐसा लगता है हरियाणा के लोगों ने छप्पर फाड़ कर वोट दिया है। इसलिए वो अलग अलग वर्गों को भड़का ही रहे हैं, लगातार आग लगाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। देश ने देखा कि कैसे किसानों को भड़काने का प्रयास हुए, लेकिन हरियाणा के किसानों ने उन्हें करारा जवाब दिया कि वो देश के साथ है, वो भाजपा के साथ है। हमारे दलित, ओबीसी साथियों को भड़काने की कितनी ही कोशिशें हुई, क्या क्या प्रपंच नहीं किए गए, लेकिन इस समाज ने भी इस षड्यंत्र को पहचाना और कहा कि वो देश के साथ है, भाजपा के साथ है।
आशीर्वाद है, प्यार मिल रहा है, बहुत प्यार आशीर्वाद मिल रहा है। मैं धन्यवाद हूँ, मैं सौभाग्यशाली हूँ कि लाडवा के लोगों का मुझे प्यार, स्नेह, आशीर्वाद भरपूर मिला है।
मैं साहब सिर्फ 6 महीने मिले और कमाल कर दिया आपने, हैट्रिक लगा दी। क्या वजह क्या है, क्या मानते हैं इस जीत के हीरो आप बताएंगे?
अकेले में बैठ के बताऊँ
कैसे देखते हैं सर इस जीत के मायने क्या है बीजेपी के?
ये हरियाणा के लोगों का प्यार, आशीर्वाद, सहयोग, स्नेह है और मैं धन्यवाद करता हूँ, बार बार हरियाणा के लोगों को धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि उन्होंने मोदी जी की नीतियों के ऊपर मोहर लगाई है। मोदी जी ने जो नीतियाँ चलाई हैं, गरीब के लिए चलाई, किसान के लिए चलाई है, महिला के लिए चलाई है, ये युवाओं के लिए चलाई है, उसका परिणाम।
साहब कह रहे हैं हम नतीजों का विरोध करते हैं और अचंभित है बीजेपी भी, क्या आप भी अचंभित है नतीजों से?
मैं कोई अचंभित नहीं है, मैं कोई अचंभित नहीं। मुझे मालूम था कि हम बड़े मैंडेट के साथ
यही नतीजे आने थे,
यही आने थे, यही
करने वाला,
हैरान करने वाला। मुझे मालूम था, मुझे मालूम था, उसको भी मालूम था, हुड्डा साहब को भी मालूम था।
शपथ कब ले रहे हैं सर?
बताऊंगा जल्दी।
Now, Congress, remember, which was fully prepared this morning with laddus and jalebis to celebrate, have fallen well short of expectations. Senior Congress leader Kumari Shelja hinted that infighting has cost the party a victory.
अब हमको इन सब बातों को देखते हुए नए सिरे से आगे सोचना होगा, क्योंकि जो ये अभी चल रहा है बिजनेस एज यूजुअल, ऐसा तो नहीं चलेगा। कहाँ हमारी कमियां रही हैं, क्या कमियां रही हैं, इसके बारे में देखना होगा। कौन जिम्मेवार रहे, पार्टी को किस तरह से स्टेट में सींचा नहीं गया, तालमेल नहीं रखा गया, जो कौन लोग हैं जो जिम्मेवार थे सबको साथ लेकर चलने के और पार्टी को एक दिखाने के और सबको बैलेंस आउट करने के, वो भी बातें हैं। स्टेट में क्या मैसेज गया है, किस लिए लोग कांग्रेस की सरकार बनाते हुए पीछे हट गए हैं। जो एक माहौल बनाया राहुल जी ने, वो उस माहौल को एकदम निगेट कर दिया, ख़त्म कर दिया। इसके लिए क्या कारण हुए, ये सब बातें देखनी पड़ेंगी।
Now, despite falling short of the halfway mark by a good 10 seats, the Congress party claims victory has been snatched away from it by the BJP through unfair means. In fact, they've gone on to add that democracy has been lost in Haryana and they do not accept the verdict.
Results in Haryana are totally unexpected, completely surprising and counterintuitive. It goes against ground reality. It goes against what the people of Haryana had made their mind up for. And what we have seen today in Haryana is, I think, a victory for manipulation, a victory for subverting the will of the people, and it's a defeat for transparent democratic processes.
हरियाणा में चुनाव हुआ जिसके नतीजे बिल्कुल अप्रत्याशित हैं और यहाँ तक कि यह भी कहेंगे कि अस्वीकार्य हैं। जिस तरह की शिकायतें लगातार आ रही हैं, इस तरह का नतीजा कहीं भी धरातल पे नहीं दिख रहा था। आप लोग भी गए, हम लोग भी गए, सब घूम रहे थे। कोई ये नहीं मान सकता कि हरियाणा में इस तरह का अप्रत्याशित नतीजा आएगा। हम सब अचंभित हैं। ये अगर एक लाइन में इसको कहा जाए तो ये तंत्र की जीत है और लोकतंत्र की हार है। हम इसे स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते।
Meanwhile, former Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Hooda has finally conceded defeat, having spent the entire day being confident of a victory. However, he said that the party is accepting the result under protest.
बात की वो करेंगे। शिकायतें मिली हैं हमारे को कि भाई बैटरी की कहीं 99% बैटरी थी, कहीं 70% थी। इस किस्म की शिकायतें उम्मीदवारों ने दी हैं, वो सारी हम उनका करेंगे। आगे क्या करने वाले हैं, प्रजातंत्र है, जहाँ लोगों ने जो फैसला होगा वो स्वीकार करेंगे हम। लेकिन जो है कहाँ कुछ रही है तंत्र में, कहाँ कुछ हुआ, उसकी जरूर हम अंडर प्रोटेस्ट हम स्वीकार करेंगे।
Now, this, remember, comes after the Election Commission dismissed the allegations leveled by the Congress, particularly Jairam Ramesh, of there being an unexplained slowdown in the updation of results on the Election Commission's website. In fact, the polling body has called the allegations irresponsible and of malified narratives. Now, this morning, remember, early leads had showed the Congress as the front runner in the Haryana elections, but as hours went by, the BJP's hat-trick victory in the state became clearer. All right, now these are some serious allegations that have been put against the Election Commission once again by the Congress party. And to talk more on this, I'm joined by Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, former Election Commissioner of India. Dr. Qureshi, good evening, namaskar. Thank you very much for speaking with us at Mirror Now. Yet another election and yet another round of questioning by the Congress on the EVMs. Now, they say that the mandate in Haryana has been stolen and the EC has helped the BJP. As a former CEC, sir, how do you respond to these charges?
Well, I don't want to comment on politics and political statements, but I'll only refer to the statement which I heard that they're collecting all the complaints from the candidates and they will go to the EC tomorrow or day after. So, and my comment on that is that whatever the seriousness of those complaints may be, the point is that under the rules, after announcing the results, Election Commission becomes powerless. And the legal technical term for it is functus officio. No more power. The power shifts to the High Court, who have to decide every individual issue through an election petition. So, well, all the aggrieved candidates go in election petition within 45 days or whatever is the limit. But the Election Commission will not be able to undo even if they admit some wrong has happened.
So, Dr. Qureshi, are you saying that even if the EC does find that some EVMs have been compromised or some error has taken place in them, the Election Commission is not in a position to correct it?
Exactly, that's the point I'm making, because the moment they announce the results, their power shifts to the High Court for correction through the election petition. So that is the point. So I don't know what purpose will be achieved when they go and meet the election commission. Of course, if there are genuine grievances and the election commission gives its verdict on it, I really don't know what those complaints are, because they themselves said that they're collecting them. So they haven't come out with those complaints and grievances. We'll see.
So the Congress, sir, has made a very pointed charge. They say that in places that they've lost, EVMs had 99% battery, which basically means that the EVMs were not counted. But in places that they won, the battery charge was about 60 to 70%, which is what it should have been. Is there any merit to this theory?
Yeah, actually, I was also surprised to hear this. They said all the results of 99% battery have gone against them. The machines which had only 60-65% battery life, the results have been different. But I don't know how it would be operating, because, the machine cannot be. My understanding is the EVM cannot be replaced. Because there is besides two seals inside, there is a paper seal outside wrapping the machine, which is a unique paper seal printed in a Nasik printing press, which is where the currency of India is printed with a unique number. And on the polling day, when the polling is over, the polling agent signed that, on that thing, this sign. And 2 months later, when the machine comes out at the counting day, the first thing that is done is the machine is shown, the seal is shown to the agents of the party. Look, recognize your signatures. The seal is intact. So how could machine be replaced, or how else result can be manipulated? And in any case, I've been defending the EVM because I do not think they could be manipulated. And one conclusive argument which I try to give is that if that was the case, there are very prestigious elections like Bengal, Karnataka, and later many others, which BJP lost, about which the party was very serious. The fact that Prime Minister went to Karnataka 34 times. Because why I'm mentioning this, because sometimes they give this argument, no, BJP is very clever. They will lose 2-3 elections deliberately to keep the credibility of EVM. I think that's a very childish argument. BJP would like to win even a panchayat election. Why should they bother about the credibility and lose the state? And after the PM visiting it 34 times, if so it doesn't fit into logical sense.
And therefore, Dr. Qureshi, would you then say that the Congress is behaving like a sore loser in these elections?
Well, I don't want to, that would become a political comment. But at the same time, I would like to say that the Congress itself has said that in another election in Kashmir, they say that is the kind of a victory of democracy. And here they say the defeat of democracy. So the fact that two elections happened at the same time, they came with different results. And I would surely like to comment on the Kashmir election also. Yeah, actually, it has shown that democracy is alive and kicking. The fact that I'm glad that the Kashmiri politicians and people did not call for a boycott. Look, our state has been taken away, we will boycott election. That is the most silly thing to do. I've seen it happen in many parts of not only India, in the world. So boycotting is not the option, and I'm glad they didn't go for that. They contested the election with full enthusiasm. The people participated in full enthusiasm, and that was very mature of the electorate of Kashmir, and salute to them.
Absolutely, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi. Just the fact that elections could take place in Jammu and Kashmir after years and that Haryana has given this mandate speaks volumes about the kind of democratic processes that India celebrates. Thank you very much, Dr. Qureshi, for joining us on the broadcast on Mirror Now and helping us get an understanding of these entire allegations that the Congress is making in case of the Haryana election results.